The Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb have reached an agreement on a 4-year, $136 million contract. It makes him according to Adam Schefter, the second highest paid.
That's not accurate.
Non-QB in NFL history, all that stuff. But nonetheless, the deal is done. He gets $34 million a year annually.
I don't know why Schefter does this. I don't know why he does this. He knows he's not going to make as much as Justin Jefferson.
Dang.
Justin Jefferson's new deal is a 4-year, $140 million deal.
Yeah.
Which comes out to $35 million per year. This deal is a 4-year, $136 million deal, which is $34 million per year. I don't know why he says this. I mean, it's almost like he's copying and pasting immediately from the agent. Like, hey, put this out there because if you say it, just everyone will believe it.
He's got to get it
not
in
true.
first.
No, by the way, it doesn't make it a bad deal. I'm just saying, I don't know why it's a great deal. And by the way, CeeDee Lamb is probably right up there next to Justin Jefferson, but I don't think anyone would make the case that CeeDee Lamb has been better than Justin Jefferson.
Up top, Jonas.
Yep.
Up top.
Okay. Now, if you listened earlier in the show, LaVar and I, we were trying to predict how this was going to turn out.
What did it sound like? Do we have the sound from that?
Yeah, well, we don't need the sound.
We could probably turn. Can't we use the sound?
Yeah,
don't we have the sound?
All right, let's do the sound.
Yeah,
all right, so
here we go,
guys, take it away.
Here you go.
Well, I don't know, Brady. I mean, I disagree. I think this deal will probably get done, and it'll get done by hour 3 today.
Sound,
boy,
guys?
I'll tell you what, Jonas. I think you're correct. What is Q talking about?
I don't know. Seems like he's taking crazy pills. Ha, ha,
Ha,
ha.
ha.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what. CeeDee Lamb, he's going to get the deal done. Before this show
ends,
are
the
we're going to win.
Worst.
And I think that I'm going to double down on that.
I'm going to triple down.
It'll be $34 million a year for CeeDee Lamb.
I think you're right, Jonas.
Right,
why
so
you guys
that
sound
was
like
from
you're robots?
there you go.
So you're not robots.
So that was from our.
No, well, that's from
hour
earlier.
2.
That's from earlier.
Yeah.
That was from earlier.
I mean, you act like you're robots when you're talking. Like, what is wrong with you?
Why you mad, Q? Why you mad?
I don't know why you guys need to go to such lengths when you guys get something wrong.
Damn it! I really wanted to bleed into the season.
I thought it was. I didn't think it was going to get done. But you know what? Jamar Chase, you're on the clock because I don't think you ain't got it because you ain't going to get it. So
I was just going to say I actually would make the case Aiyuk's next because it's a clear statement that if CeeDee Lamb wasn't going to surpass it with that deal, he needs to take whatever offers on the table from San Francisco unless Washington now has a better chance of signing him, given the Dotson trade and maybe they're back involved in the mix, given the connection to the staff, et cetera.
Is that being discussed? Is that being tossed around like strongly?
We talked about it last week.
I know we talked about it, but is that being tossed around? Because I think that would be one hell of a move for the Commanders to pull that off to get Aiyuk and to get him back with Jaden Daniels. If people don't know, they're connected through ASU when they were both playing at Arizona State University. I think that would be a tremendous move. Tremendous.
And the other thing is,
but how much does
when
it
you have a
cost
front
now?
office that knows the front office well in Washington, typically it helps get these deals done if there's a deal to be made. Right? So whatever the 49ers asking price is, and if the Washington Commandos have that draft capital or want to trade whatever it is, maybe it's player compensation, that helps to get it done when you know John Lynch knows Adam Peters well. So that's one thing they have going for them in order for that to be the case. But I think if you're Brandon Aiyuk, are you really going to look at – I mean, maybe you look at Washington and say, okay, better opportunity, but are you going to replace Terry McLaurin? He's probably still going to be the number one receiver. So if that's the case, you're probably better off with where you're at. And wasn't Deebo Samuel at one point on the trade block, or they talked about that?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case and you do sign an extension there, I mean, you're at least going to be the guy for the next few years. I mean, Ricky Pearsall they took in the back end of the first round, but he still needs to prove himself.
But isn't it about feeling appreciated more than anything? Like the fact that I think he feels undervalued and underappreciated by the Niners. I think you would be willing to take less money from somewhere else.
Well, but that's the thing is that whatever the Steelers offered him, Whatever the Steelers offered was what caused them to go back to the negotiation table with the 49ers.
I think that the number that the Steelers would have thrown out was probably more offensive than what the Niners offer was.
It's like somebody who breaks up and is like, all right, I want to go see what the scene's like, and they get out for about an hour and a half. Like, all right, never mind. You want to get back together? Like, let's talk. Let's talk.
I was wrong, baby. I was wrong.
Like, what do you think?
I think the Commanders will probably be way more attractive. I think it's more acceptable for the Commanders to make a more aggressive offer for a guy like Brandon Aiyuk than what the Steelers. If the Steelers made an aggressive play on Brandon Aiyuk, it does not fit the character of what that organization, how that franchise does what they do. But the Commanders, on the other hand, they do fit that. And I think that would be a tremendous pickup for them. Now, is that better than San Fran? No. If we're looking at it at face value, San Francisco is right there at it. We know that. They're right there close to it. If Brock Purdy can be the man that he's been, whether you want to call him franchise or game manager, I don't really care what you label him as. If he can come out and play at the level he's played at since he's been starting and maybe even a little higher, this team is the team to beat. They get Trent Williams back. I hear there's positivity there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he gets it done next. We don't talk very much about Trent Williams and his deal. I think that's a very big piece, a major piece of the puzzle for this San Francisco team. If they put all those things together, they put this to bed and get into the season, I think they're the team to beat outside of Philadelphia in the NFC. So if I'm Brandon Aiyuk, if they offer me less money, I just take a 1 year, like, play the rest of your contract out. Don't even take an extension. Play your contract out so that you can get a free agent market. Or this is it, right? This is the last one. Either they can.
They could tag them.
And I don't think that they're going to put we're seeing a trend where they're not putting exclusive tags on guys.
Right.
So if they don't put an exclusive
T. Higgins
tag
got
on
one,
you,
didn't he?
Yeah.
an exclusive.
Yeah.
That's why he's got to stay. He's got to play on the tag. But they gave the unrestricted to a couple
to a lot of guys actually.
Yeah,
most got non-exclusive franchise tags.
Play this year out. Play the last year of your deal out. Don't do any deals with anybody. Take the chance. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. That's what I would say.
I mean, the hard thing about that is let's just say if you are Brandon Aiyuk and you're not going to surpass the total value of the contract, so you're not going past Jefferson at 140, you're not going past CeeDee at 136. Maybe you could the signing bonus. Maybe you get 39, 40 million up front, which would be a significant amount on maybe it's a little shorter term deal. Who knows? Maybe it's only a 3-year deal. Maybe it is a 4-year deal. However they figure it out, my only point is you're not going to surpass the average annual value since that's the metric that we all use to equate if you reset the market or not. But you can find other ways of doing that, whether it's guarantees or a signing bonus that would surpass what CeeDee Lamb just got. If that's the case, do it. I mean, the 49ers have money. So that's one way that he could get it done. And if that's the case, man, it'd be really hard to play for $14 million this year, which I believe is his number on the 5th-year option, and then be staring or looking at 30-some or $40 million in a signing bonus dead square in the face. And somewhere around $30 million a year, if that's the number that you could be making on a 3-4 year extension. Like that to me, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I could play this year for $14 million, even if there was greener pastures on the other side, having all that staring me in the face.
So now CeeDee Lamb's deal is done. 4 years, $136 million, as reported earlier and predicted by LaVar and I here on this show. But
up top.
Conversation, that's what I'm talking about. But the conversation does now turn to, all right, Dak is in line, right? Is Dak going to get his deal done sometime soon, or are they just going to let this thing roll out and he gets into next season? And because the last time they tried this, he went out and snapped his leg and still got paid. So it's like they can roll this thing out, but now I wonder if this does maybe speed up the Dak conversation, because reportedly talks have gone well. There was some optimism, yet still no deal for Dak Prescott. So that's where we stand on the Dallas Cowboys, and your boy Micah Parsons is going to be in line next year there, Var.
Yeah.
So what's he looking for? Why don't we just get him on and ask him? Like, what are you looking for in a contract? We could just break that down here on the air.
I think anybody who's looking at the highest paid player on the defensive side of the ball can, you look at their contract.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, LaVar, see if we can get him to come on. I mean, he's on Central Time, and they're in Dallas. So,
1 o'clock?
yeah, see if we'll come on the show
At 11:11.
4 o'clock.
Y'all asked at 11:11.
That's
by the
why.
way. There
See,
you go.
intentional.
Well, no, that's
Up
Pacific
top, Brady.
time, and that's this show. I'm talking about like in the mornings on our show.
Yeah, I get it,
not
but
on the herd.
I get it, but
we
y'all
want to
asked
come on
at
our
that
show.
time,
Yeah.
so which was perfect.
11:11.
It's perfect time to ask that question.
Yeah, it was intentional.
I'm certain we could probably get that done.
Yeah.
Get him to
figure it
call
out.
in at like 4:30. 4:30 Central Time,
Yeah.
something like that.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
He's up and grinding.
Knowing Micah, he's probably up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably up. And he's got a new one, so, he might be up changing a diaper.
Does he have a new
might wanna
one?
jump on. He does.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, baby boy.
Good for him.